In the fall of 2023, Larmore orchestrated a fraudulent scheme to manipulate the stock price of WeWork, a publicly traded co-working space company headquartered in New York. His plan involved a fake tender offer aimed at artificially inflating the company's stock value. Larmore executed his scheme in three phases. First, on October 6, 2023, he established Cole Capital Funds LLC, Cole Capital, a supposed real estate investment firm that was in reality a sham entity. Second, on November 1st and November 2nd, 2023, he invested over $775,000 in large amounts of cheap, short-dated WeWork call options, most of which expired on November 3rd, 2023, and purchased hundreds of thousands of WeWork shares. Since some of his brokerage firms restricted him from trading options, he bought common stock instead. To evade U.S. jurisdiction while making these trades, he even chartered a yacht and attempted to conduct transactions in international waters. Third, on November 3, 2023, Larmore arranged for a fraudulent press release to be published, falsely claiming that Cole Capital intended to acquire a 51% stake in WeWork at a premium exceeding 700% in an all-cash deal worth more than $77 million. At the time, WeWork was nearing bankruptcy. The press release contained numerous misleading statements regarding Cole Capital's financial ability to complete the tender offer. In reality, neither Larmore nor Cole Capital had any means or intent to carry out the acquisition. Instead, Larmore aimed to mislead the market, inflate WeWork's stock price, and capitalize on his newly acquired options and shares. Shortly after the press release was published at 5:12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on November 3, 2023, WeWork's stock price surged by over 70% within a minute and eventually peaked at a 150% increase. Had Larmore's plan succeeded before his options expired at 4 p.m. that day, he stood to make millions. However, due to delays in formatting and releasing the press statement, the stock price did not rise in time, and most of his options expired worthless. On November 6, 2023, WeWork filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. By November 10, 2023, any remaining options Larmore had were also rendered worthless. Types of fraud committed: securities fraud, engaging in deceptive practices to manipulate stock prices; market manipulation, using false information to artificially influence stock value; false tender offer fraud, announcing a fake takeover bid to mislead investors; wire fraud, using electronic communications, press release, online trading to execute a fraudulent scheme; attempted fraud. Even though his plan failed, the intent to commit fraud is still a crime. Ways to detect this type of fraud: verification of tender offers. Regulators and investors should confirm whether a company making a tender offer has the financial capacity to follow through. Monitoring unusual trading activity. A sudden spike in option purchases before major announcements can indicate potential manipulation. Cross-checking press releases. News agencies and financial analysts should verify sources before publishing critical financial information. SEC oversight and alerts. The SEC should investigate suspicious mergers, acquisitions, and tender offers for possible fraud. Tracking offshore transactions. Authorities should monitor attempts to trade in international waters or evade U.S. jurisdiction. Review of investment firm legitimacy. Entities like Cole Capital should be checked for valid business registrations and past transactions. Suspicious timing of announcements. If a major financial announcement aligns too closely with expiring options, it may signal manipulation.